chase, drama in every courant. An understated entrance from Fata Morgana, who I think they're aware they will not have the majority of the crowd on their side here.
Yeah, it does not sound like they have many fans here.
Dima Dmitry Domakov has been absolutely brilliant in this tournament. They used him sparingly in the quarterfinals. It was all about the tags of Shai Turkia, including a brilliant 4-second spike in sudden death that saw them book their place in the semi-final. Valentin will play no part in the rest of the tournament, having dislocated his elbow last night in a winning cause, having come through their Group B encounters. Sudden death win over Urban Core Mamba, victories over Quality Movement and Dexterity Depot. And then Kimeo also seeing off Paul Corman with ease, and Benjamin Garcia played a big part in that. He is looking to lead off again for them here with Luis Casas on the chaser's plate for Fata Morgana. Luis not making any big moves just yet. Lovely little turn from Ben Garcia, spinning around like a top. Goes over the sisters and ducks down low to take that cut to the bottom of the mountain. Luis ran the loading bay, makes the dive, makes the tag. Yes, he does. Ben Garcia acknowledges it.
Ben Garcia coming out being so incredibly unpredictable, always playing with his opponent's weight and balance the entire time. Luis gave up on pretty much everything until he got over to loading bay.
Mathieu Guestin, wearing effectively the full French football team kit, makes the dive through the tilted cube and does not get there. Luis, under the sisters, scrambles down low, takes like a diagonal route to the base of the mountain, doesn't want to hang around the loading bay, wriggles away from that dive over the bars. Mathieu, can he get another chance? I'm not sure he can. He does not. Luis Casas somehow staying out the way of that hand by the loading bay, and then it was a safe run to a point.
Oh man, two really good opportunities there for Mathieu. I thought he may have gotten him on that first Viper on the tilted cube, that when he dove through the bottom, it must have been close, and then it wasn't as close over by loading bay. He got hung up a little bit, and that gave Luis so much space.
They have not conceded many evasions, this Fata Morgana team, over the course of the tournament. Already, Kimeo behind the 8-ball, but Luca Milesi makes the tag very, very nicely.
Yeah, Luca shows us the one point where going with your left hand on the bar and doing the dive gate vault over the top is useful. And that was because Luis, he saw, okay, I'm in trouble. He tried to cut back into the corner instead of towards mountain, and that's where the right hand reach comes in handy.
Shai Turkia, the star of their quarterfinal victory over Eugen. And it was his tagging, not his evading, that made the difference. Sets these long traps, gets his man where he wants him, and he looked like he had there, but he didn't make it work. Luca's speed got him away, and it's a die! Oh my word! He is unbelievable!
From corner to corner across the tilted cube. That first dive was about a foot away. That second dive could never miss.
The Israeli arrow that is Shai Turkia shooting through those obstacles to get the tag once again.
1-0, Fata Morgana.
Shai starting at the sisters, moves to the safety of the tilted cube, but he's not safe there, not from Jonathan Dumont.
Yeah, Shai so good with the tags, but proves a little bit worse on the evasions, moving too early, going off of the wrong tripwire and allowing his opponent just to scare him out and then set up for the dive.
Staz into the action. He's still got that plaster on the eyebrow from where he banged his head earlier in the tournament. Not the only one to suffer that kind of an injury. Dima slapping him on the back. A few last words of encouragement and another slap for the team captain. Jonathan Dumont. Ooh, well, he just got a little bit stuck there, Staz, but he'll make up that ground very quickly. He is an aggressive tagger. Aggressive, aggressive. And look at the glare I think Jonathan Dumont did well not to turn around and see him, because it would have been a scary proposition.
He did. He also did well over by the tilted cube, but Stas did not fall for it. Great body movement. He thought he may have seen Stas' foot lift for just a second to enter the cube. That's when he took off. Stas really well done showing that little feint.
1-0.
Benjamin Garcia, the 20-year-old student. Not a student of this sport, he is a master of it. He has been excellent in this tournament. And he hops up onto those bars so easily, reaches over the bar to get the tag on Stas and keep the score at 1-0. Well, Luis is sent in to chase down Ben, which is what they did at the start of the match. So I think this might be another one of these where we see this pattern over the course of the game. Managed to get him in the opening chase of the match. Can he repeat the feat? Swings around the loading bay. It's down low under the front line. Ben Garcia going to the tilted cube, and it's to the sisters in the loading bay again. Sorry, the lazy boy. And he's got him spinning round here. He's got Luis Casas spinning round, and he tries to make the tag. I'm not sure he's got there. Ben Garcia levels it up. 1-1.
Ben Garcia, such crazy routes coming around there, cutting multiple times through the center over to the tilted cube, and then not stopping, but immediately going back under sisters. Such a creative path. Honestly, threw me off, definitely threw Luis off.
Yeah, he had Luis spinning around there. If he'd spin around any more, he just started tunneling through the base of the quad into the center of the earth. In comes Dima, the team captain, entering the action when Fata Morgana are being threatened with letting this game slip away. 1-1, having taken an early lead. Dima makes the move. Staying in the center, waiting for the chance.
And staying on top of the front line. Never overcommitting there. He was just waiting to see if a mistake was going to happen. If there was no mistake, he could set his long trap. But there was a mistake. Ben lost eye contact with Dima, tried to cut across the center yet again. Dima was ready for it.
Captain v captain, Khalil Hadori into the action. Dima to the loading bay. Low under the mountain. And he goes around the tilted cube, look over his shoulder. Khalil is after him, and there's a swipe, and I'm not sure it's made contact or not. There's no claim from Khalil. They're doing a little dance around the loading bay, and Dima is off under the ridge. Khalil's in trouble. Khalil's in trouble. Khalil's in serious trouble. And the Israelis are back in the lead, 2-1 Fata Morgana.
Dima coming in time and time again to save Fata Morgana, to come in these clutch moments over by loading bay. It looked like Khalil had him where he wanted, but he was never able to get one leg inside. Dima recognizing this and taking off before the trap could be fully set.
Well, you could see Khalil, as he left the quad there, was telling his teammates who to send in, and he's picked Mathieu Guestin. Dima, the captain, has put his team back in charge, but he rolls away under the mountain, but he was never going to get away there.
Yeah, a little offset there from Mathieu, but Dima knew he was trapped. He knew he had to try to, like, scramble away as quick as he could. It was a pretty hopeless situation, and in the end, wasn't able to get away.
We'd seen him before, but he feels like he's leveled up, particularly as a tagger, Shai Turkiye. Well, he's away there. Shai comes up onto the front line, and can he find Mathieu? No, that bar gets in the way of making a move. Through the loading bay, he does not get in there either. Mathieu Guestin, Shai, changing tack, going low. He reaches up, Mathieu's left. Shai's not going to get him. Shai is in, no, is he? Is he? I don't think so. The Kimeo flags are flying in the crowd, because Kimeo level for the second time.
The crowd absolutely on their feet. Two very close dives. The chase started out almost identical to how it did before the false start. It looked like Shai had set and sprung two traps coming within inches, but in the end, Mathieu able to pull away that clutch evasion.
Wow. They trailed 1-0, they leveled. They trailed 2-1, they leveled. Can Kimeo go into the lead for the first time? Stas, he's going to really throw himself into this. He throws himself into everything, and he's thrown himself into Mathieu Guestin, and he's wearing him like a backpack.
Oh, such a good job there from Stas. The tendency there is to tack off of the border by the ridge to give yourself a boost going into the front line. Instead of doing that, he follows closely behind.
Stas has not secured an evasion in this tournament as yet. He's done his fair share of work as a tagger, but if he evades here, then they're on the brink of a world final. Ben Garcia dives through the tilted cube, and a stare in Stas's direction.
Yeah, there is about a little less than a foot of room between the cube and the bar, sending his body all the way through one side to the other.
They have not led at any point in this game, Kimeo. Twice they have trailed, twice they've drawn level, and now they have a chance to win it. Benjamin Garcia, and it's Dima, the Fata Morgana captain. Nerves in that Kimeo team in the team area. Ben Garcia sets off to the tilted cube, and Dima's hopping around looking for an opening, waiting, eyeing up the opportunity. The lazy boy provides some cover, but not much. It's a crawl. He's claiming the tag. It's a dive. There's no tag there. Ben Garcia, could he win it? He might have won it. He might have won it. Kimeo, they believe they're world finalists. Dima is pleading for a DTR from the early attempt.
Immediately throwing hands on his head and then saying, wait, I thought I tagged him, gets up, goes immediately then to the DTR.
It may not be done just yet. Is this semi-final going to be decided by a disputed tag review? He's explaining to the ref. It is going to a DTR, and this will determine whether Kimeo are in the World Championship final or whether Dima will stay on looking to win the match in the final evasion.
And they may only be looking at one, but I have a question about 3 of those. They were so close.
This entire crowd at Les Arènes, pretty much to a man, are urging for this to be an evasion, for Ben Garcia to have sealed the deal for Kimeo. The French National Championship finalists, could they be world finalists? If this goes their way, they are.
Almost everyone in the crowd showing an evasion sign, but it will come down to the head ref.
There is so much for the refs to look at in this chase. Even Valentin, despite the busted arm, is making the evasion sign.
Still a little more conversation.
Maybe we don't have a decision. Maybe he's clarifying something with Dima.
Clarifying exactly where Dima is calling for the DTR.
It is a difficult one. There are so many instances in this game, but I thought there was only one where it was the one where he claimed early on. That's not made contact.
That one,
we
no
can rule
chance.
that one out straight
there was
away.
One final one right here. No, surely not that one. It was either that first one or nothing.
We have a decision. Evasion given! Kimeo survived! Kimeo progressed! And French hopes aren't dead just yet! Kimeo beat Fata Morgana 3-2, having never led in the game until that final chase. Drama in